Okay, let's talk a little bit about the subtle differences in the tools that you can use and how, again, very, very subtle. The tools you can use and how you can get a slightly different feel from one to the other. So for this, they are little bullet holes and cracks that's in the concrete hard surface. So these two I did with brush. So you see splitting concrete and little chips and fragments gone. And this, like I said, very, very subtle differences. So this I started and I used the Tech Pen, which is, in this case, it's the Rapidograph Koh-i-Noor Tech Pen. It doesn't matter what size. So, and this is one that is an older one that I've had, and it's kind of like, you know, a little bit dried out and skips a little bit. And this goes back to the episode or the session I was talking about how you can still use old tools for, you know, different things and different applications. So this I am using to demonstrate how, like, even when your tool will kind of like skip, so it's slightly, you know, has dried ink on it, kind of a little skippy, and you're not going to get like clean lines. In this case it works because I don't want like smooth, sharp lines. And this is where I'll go back to the little subtle details. Like when you have broken concrete or, you know, stone or brick or whatever, you know, hard surface, I like to think that it makes it, you know, it's kind of fun to play around and make that different from like broken glass or cracked glass, which is a lot more like cleaner break, sharper, and concrete, stone, or like, you know, these hard building surfaces. It's a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as smooth, not as sharp, more texture, more lumps and clumps. So you're gonna get a lot more texture. And using these kind of like imperfect lines, you're gonna have more cracks and imperfect surfaces, not clean breaks. And these old junky tools will help greatly with that. So see how it will kind of skip. And in this case, it works in your favor. You can definitely go over and you can get more chunky areas where small fractures and then maybe big old chip of the concrete. So the tool is helping you with that effect. You get a little kooky. So you'll get like lots of irregular little chunks and breaks. And that's how I think I like to kind of make the distinction between like broken concrete or stone or brick. And in this case, it's the same surface, but just for silly demonstration purposes, you can see like how much this is a little bit more rough and this is more smooth, which I did with a brush. So sharper, cleaner breaks, and silly little details like that that you can have fun with. And I mean, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't do that. You definitely still can. Like you can come back and dirty it up a little bit more. You can flick some, you know, more ink on it to show like more cracks and debris and little more texture and stuff, which I probably would in the end just to kind of match them off. But you can see like the little subtle differences between, and that's kind of part of fun of inking too, is just to have it look slightly different, because you want the surface like this is, okay, let's say this is concrete, and this, if I keep it clean, could very well be like a broken window, broken glass, and maybe a thicker glass. It's little silly, subtle stuff you can have fun with. And you can always come back and dirty it up too with dab a little ink and spread it around, so it's gonna be dirty. All right, so that's a little quick little silly session as I'm inking. Play with your toys. Have fun, guys.